saves on 22 shots tonight. He was fine. But, of course, in the shootout, gave up the game-winning goal. I really liked what I saw from Sean Corrali, who's made his return. Pastrnak was involved in that one. I believe Tanner Jeannot assisted on that one as well. So that was the equalizer there, 1-1. Philly went up 2-1. Was that late? Another late in the period goal. And then third period, Morgan Geekie with a beauty from Elias Lindholm ties it at 2, and then they go into the overtime, nothing, and then the old shootout. And I believe they were shut out, no goals. Bobby Brink with the wrister past Jeremy Swayman. So, is this the type of team they are this year? A low-scoring team, hoping your goalie can keep you in the game. Maybe you can sneak one late or in overtime or in a shootout. Exciting game. Maybe a little upsetting with the type of loss. But a lot of good things tonight for the Bees. Obviously, a lot of things you can clean up as well. But Geekie getting on the board, Corrali, they're going to have a pretty good fourth line this year. But everyone played. Lindholm.
That gets you excited, doesn't it, Joe?
Did you get excited?
A good fourth line. It gets the people going.
Well, I mean, if we're really going there, Skaz. Isn't their first line set and their fourth line set? Oh, did that not entertain you? Are you not entertained?
It's tough for me to get excited about the fourth line on September 29th.
Sean Corrali, everybody. Hey, Morgan Geekie scored a goal on the first line, though, with Lindholm. That was good. Pasta played. He was bouncing around out there tonight. I saw Matt Poitras get trucked. Saw that happen. I'm trying to think of who else. Who's the other one? I saw a lot of Arvidsson tonight. A lot of Arvidsson. Played 14 minutes, but I guess that's not a lot, Joe. Saw a lot of Lindholm, saw a lot of Middlestat. Pastrnak played almost 20 minutes tonight, and Zacha with 17 on defense. Lindholm, McAvoy, they led the way. Zadorov had 25 minutes tonight. Had a bunch of blocked shots in this one. So you can react to this if you'd like, the Bruins. At 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. What's up, YouTube fam? About to turn you guys on right now. And a lot going on. We got football. We got Patriots reaction from their win yesterday. Got 2 football games on a major injury in the NFL tonight as well. And there's 2 football games on week. We got them. We'll probably have the finishes for both. So, again, you can call in at 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray. We got Skaz here as well. We'll take a quick look at the headline here. And I'll pause 10 seconds for station ID. And more with you after this here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Tell Your Time Studios, WBZ HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Paisley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, well, you just heard it. Bruins lose 3-2 tonight in a shootout loss. Jeremy Swayman, 20 saves in the game. Morgan Geekie and Sean Corrali with the goals tonight. But it wasn't enough as they lose in the shootout. Patriots, they are now 2-2 on the season. They'll take on 4-0 Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. The NFL has flexed the Week 6 game in New Orleans from 4:25 to 1 o'clock. A doubleheader in the NFL tonight. Dolphins, they lead the Jets 27-13, but Tyreek Hill was carted off the field with a lower leg injury. Had 6 catches for 67 yards in that one. Broncos, they have a 21-3 lead right now over the Bengals. Cortland Sutton, 5 catches on 81 yards and a touchdown in that one. And the Major League Baseball playoffs begin tomorrow night. Red Sox take on the Yankees. Garrett Crochet will be on the mound. Alice Cora, though, said that Lucas Giolito will be unavailable for the wild card round. Headlines, they are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update is in 30 minutes.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's that thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here. 98.5. The Sports Hub.
Long game. It's the second overtime game that I've been here for. I believe there's only been four or five preseason games. So that could be the type of season that we see for the Bees this year. Where do we start tonight? What would be the opening take? You know, the Patriots had a great win. Kudos, flowers, you name it. Drake May was awesome. Josh McDaniels was calling all the plays. The running backs held on to the ball and went over 100 as a tandem. Stephon Diggs had a big game. Right? I think it was a lot there. The defense, early on, a little struggle out of the gate, and then they were dominant. Right? Milton Williams was awesome yesterday. You saw a lot of stuff. Christian Gonzalez was back. Now they're 2-2 on their way to Buffalo. Like, that is good. As Matt McCarthy said on postgame yesterday, they're on the right path. And I agree. They were really good yesterday. And I'm not going to take away the opponent. I'm not going to take away, the yardage that they got Marcus Jones and what he did on special teams versus the Panthers. It was a good win, and Drake May is ascending. The offensive line played well. There's not really much. There's some negatives, and I can be critical if you want me to, but for the most part, I'm going to be positive about it. But, hey, you're as good as your next game, right? Buffalo's on deck. They're 4-0. They maybe had a look ahead this week against the Saints. They didn't cover. But there's some things I want to get into regarding that, and we'll certainly will throughout the night. Again, the phone number here is 617-779-0985. I guess we should start with the opening take presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. A lot of going on there. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. Oh, I'm trying to keep it positive, everybody. I'm trying. It's hard. I feel like the guy in Pulp Fiction who wants to strike down with anger, strike down upon thee with vengeance and furious anger. I'm trying not to do that right now. I'm trying to keep it cool, but I'm a little upset with the Red Sox. I'm very happy about the run that they went on. I'm happy that they made the playoffs. They faced a ton of adversity this year. From their manager to trading their best player to some of the youngsters that they had to come up, from Roman Anthony's impact to him getting hurt. There's been a lot there. They've incorporated some young pitching, right? They got a great platoon from everybody. Ref Snyder, you name it. Romy Gonzalez, they found, Nathaniel Lowe at one point. They made the trades at the trade deadline that, we thought weren't enough, and that's where I'm going with it tonight. It was announced today by Alex Cora that Lucas Giolito will not be available for the wild card round. If you listened to this show last week, we told you, what would they do with Giolito if it was the final game of the year and they needed to win it? Because he was scheduled to go. He had a clause that he hit on his contract to go over 140 innings, which he did. I believe there was one there for 150 innings worth $250,000. I don't know how they'll handle that one. But this was a guy that was wearing down, and he was showing signs of it. He had 4 walks or more in 4 out of the last 6 games. I still wanted him to be the third pitcher, and when it was announced 2 days ago that they would go Crochet, Bayo, then Giolito, I wasn't sniffing around on it, but come to find out today he's not available. So, you have Garrett Crochet in Game 1 and Brian Bayo in Game 2. So, if Lucas Giolito's not available, what are the Red Sox options here? And we'll go over those options in just a little bit. We'll get into all that, but let's back it up a little bit. Back it up. The trade deadline, everybody. Let's go back to it. if there's a couple of things that we can give our flowers and bravo and tip our cap for Craig Breslow this year, it's the simple fact that his words alone, which became action, where they would be a better team after the trade, and that's what they were. I will bend the knee to him for doing that. It was absolutely outstanding. He put it on the line, and it all worked out. So good on him. But the trade deadline, you acquired Dustin May and Steven Matz. I don't even know if Dustin May is available for the team right now. But they should have done more. And I know Joe Ryan at the time was the big name, and they're going through a bunch of transition. And sounds like at the time maybe they didn't want to work with the Red Sox or they were asking too much, whatever. But this is why you need to add starters. This is why you need to bolster the team. This is why. So, Garrett Wilson touchdown, by the way, Skaz, in case you were listening. I picked Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown tonight. So, woohoo! Cash, baby. Garrett Wilson touchdown. They're looking at me. There we go. Remember, I told you Garrett Wilson touchdown? Thank you. I know you and Jake are chatting it up back there.
I just can't believe he's still here. I feel bad for the guy.
What's he doing up here? I was just going on a take, but then I got distracted, and now they're reviewing it, so I don't even know if it's really a touchdown. Skaz, what I was saying was the trade deadline. Last week we talked about Lucas Giolito, 140 pitches.
Velocity was down.
Yeah, the walks are high, and now he's unavailable. So therefore, I credit Craig Breslow for saying they'll be better after the trade of Rafael Devers. But I will not sit here tonight and tell you it's better without Lucas Giolito. And the fact that I go back to that trade deadline, you landed on Dustin May.
Woof.
Is he available?
You want him to be available?
Well, I was going to do that exercise on the other side. But let's just, while we're thinking about it, take out the rookie pitchers of Tolle, and what I keep calling Toole. Take out Tolle, Stash, and Connolly Early. Take them out. Who do they got? It's a pregnant pause there, huh?
Very pregnant. Yeah, not much, Joe. You gonna start Brandon Bernardino? You want to go with a bullpen game?
That's what I said to Jake when I asked him the same question. This bothers me. Here they are. The chance. Who's the best team? They can literally win it. I said it months ago. They have just as good a chance as anybody to win this thing. And now you have two pitchers. And you play 3 days in a row. Like, how is this good? How did they think that they were fine? And don't give me the, well, Joe, nobody thought Giolito. Yeah, we all thought it. He missed an entire year. He got paid $20 million to do nothing. Came back and had a solid damn year. I give him credit. He was great. But you know what? His arm hurts again. And now he might be done again. So I ask you, who's left? You're going to depend on two rookies in the playoffs? Rookies. Oh, should I remind you where Walker Buehler is pitching these days too? Because somehow they wanted to avoid money. A guy that's a proven playoff pitcher. I will tell you right now that if Walker Buehler was still on this team, he'd be starting games in the playoffs. And I know that you might run. Yeah, I saw the weird eye back there, Skaz. I saw it. But what else do you have? This is why you bolster the team with pitching at the deadline. Because if you only have 3 starters or need 3 starters, you put that guy in the bullpen. Or you keep him on ice until somebody goes down. I'm very happy for the Red Sox. I'm glad they made the playoffs. They could just win the first 2 games, and everything would be great. Great. Yep, do that. Win both games, move on. You'll have time to rest. Yeah, great. Awesome. This is why you need to bolster the team. This is why. This next year at the trade deadline. I don't want to hear from any of you. Go get pitchers. Go get them. Get 3 of them. Get Dustin May and 2 other good ones. And you know what? They're probably going to have to pitch Dustin May at some point if he's ready. He was injured. I don't even know if it was real. That's my opening take on the night. 617-779-0985. Justin is in Lynn. Justin! Or is it Justin in the car?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. I was at the game tonight, and I want to talk about the Bruins real quick. And I thought the fourth line, I know someone in the studio didn't want to hear that the fourth line is going to be an exciting part, but I do think that Sean Corrali will be a key part to this lineup. Tanner Janot, I'm not too keen on him, but he did have an assist, but it was basically Pasternak. But the fourth line, I do feel like they brought in enough to make the fourth line exciting, which is kind of sad to say in this state, but I do think that if you want a jolt in the lineup, the bottom 6 does need the help, and I do think that the fourth line will be exciting this year.
All right, it was Corrali. Who's the other? Kastelik, and who's the other one?
Tanner Janot.
Oh, the 5-year guy that spoke during intermission tonight?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you want that guy on the fourth line?
I personally don't want him on the team, but if you're going to include a guy with a 5-year contract, that's the spot for him. And he did get an assist tonight, but it really wasn't him. But outside of him, I think the fourth line can do some damage.
Fribble Crew! You know, guys, people will tell you that when they were at their best, the fourth line was at their best, too.
What does that even mean?
Oh, it was it Sean? No, it was who's the guy?
Campbell,
Greg Campbell,
and Paille,
Sean Thornton,
Danny
and
Paille,
Daniel Paille,
former first-round pick, I believe.
Ted Sarandis knew the lineups very well. Don't even bother. Jimmy's probably got him on speed on hot links back there, hot keys.
The fourth line, Joe. That's where we're at, though. Like,
the first line set, right? Pasta, Lindholm, Geeky, done. Is Zaka a center or is Middlestat the center? What do we got there in that second line? What's it looking like there, Skaz?
The fourth line is going to be so good, it doesn't matter, Joe.
I mean, is Patra a center or a winger?
I just hope he can stay healthy. He continues to take.
Tonight.
He takes some big shots out there.
Crushed. Where's my guy Minton?
Smitten for Mitten?
He's like a fifth liner. Fifth liner right now. I did see some of the power play stuff, though, tonight. I was kind of curious. I know they went on I saved it. I wanted to look at what some of the... Yeah, so it was McAvoy, Lindholm, Zaka, Pasternak, Geeky, the first unit. And then it was Lindholm, Arvidsson, Middlestat, Patra, Blumel. Oh, yeah, Arvidsson. I got a good look out of him tonight. Is he second line? Probably, right? Middlestat, Patra, Arvidsson? Or is it going to be Zaka with... I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think... Does anybody know? What about Jason and Derry? Does he know?
Yeah, the middle line, Joe, is probably going to be Middlestat, Zaka, and Arvidsson, which is trash. We basically got like 3 fourth lines on this team. It's ridiculous.
Can they compete?
Like that last kid was getting excited about the fourth line, and he's right. There's going to be a fourth line, but like that's all we have.
So does that mean they're not going to be good?
Oh, they're going to struggle.
Would you bet against?
They're going to need a bunch of guys to play outside themselves, like Geeky did last year.
Do you think Geeky can still bring what he did before?
Well, like they said tonight, he only had 1 goal like through his first 18 games last year, and he ended up with like 33, which is like he balled out after the those first 20 games.
Yeah.
and like he's gonna be with Knack up front, and then like Newlindy. You saw Newlindy last year. He's basically a third line center. We got him in the first line pivot. I think we're in trouble.
Yep. All right, Jason. What'd you think of Swayman?
Oh, I love Swizzy. He played all right tonight.
Who?
Even if he just played good tonight, he played way better than he did last year.
Wait, who?
Swizzy.
That's what you call him?
Yeah, usually.
Swizzy.
He was horrible last year. It was awful.
Swizzy.
'Cause I like the guy, so we need him to bounce back, obviously.
So should we make Swizzy and the Glizzy?
Yes, that rolls off the tongue, right?
Yeah, Swizzy and the Glizzy.
I'm down.
All right, Jason. Please don't. That idea, just no. No. The poll caller, no. Like how you talk to the dog, no. All right, Skaz. Well, let's go to break. Well, let's look at some of the options the Red Sox may have. Can you feel it? Red Sox, Yankees playoffs. Can you feel it? And we'll get into some of the Patriot stuff as well. Oh, and Mike Vrabel spoke today. A lot of bland going on today. I'll explain after this. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.
right, what is up? I see Matthew Harnett. G. Frank is in there. John Enright. Hey, John. Mac Millie is in there. Never heard of them before. Seaside Terrace. What's up? Gart. He's in there. A lot of our usuals, of course. Jenks. Love the radio station. Thank you, Jenks. I used to watch the show Life According to Jenks. Brian Griffin is in there. A lot of, what are they talking about? Trade for Pasta for Connor McDavid. I'm not sure if that's going to work out. Where are all the T-Rex Arm Campbell people these days? Well, I'm going to write that one down. Where are they? T-Rex Campbell. All right, we'll talk about that coming up in a little bit. Let's see. Somebody wants standing room tickets for the Red Sox game. But all the games are on the road, unfortunately. May was great. He stayed inside the game. Well, we'll do all that. People are making fantasy radio duos. Don't think I was involved in any of those. Silvio Murray, he says. Messi says, hey, Joe. And everyone else says, hey. And you can join us as well on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and boom! I might even read your chat over the air. How about that? So, I'm upset. Yep, the Red Sox are in the playoffs, and I'm upset. I'm happy they're there. They deserved it. I'll disclaimer all that all day. I'm upset because what are their options now for pitching besides Bayo and besides Crochet? What do they have? What do they have? I'm still waiting to find out. Now, this is our buddy Smitty. We have him on, Christopher Smith on Baseball, Mass Live. Lucas Giolito's going to miss time. So, the Red Sox will likely turn to who? And according to him, it's Connolly Early or Kyle Harrison. They have a combined 6 starts for the Red Sox this year. Now, that is if of course, the series extends to the third game. Crochet will start 1. Did you know Brian Bayo has a 2.35 ERA and 11 starts against the Yankees? He hasn't been great of late, but historically, he's been very good. And Core is behind the kids, everybody. The 23-year-old Early has given up 5 earned runs in 19 innings. He has a 2.33 ERA. 5 pitches for strikes, swing and a miss, all that stuff. He has a 33% whiff percentage. The 24-year-old Harrison, also a lefty, is one of 4 players whom the Red Sox acquired from the Giants in the Rafael Devers trade on June 15th. Spent most of his time in Worcester. He reworked his pitch mix. He added a cutter. His fastball's at his best. But Crochet said that he has worked with Harrison, who's allowed 4 runs in 12 innings for the Red Sox this year. Dustin May has thrown 2 live batting practices recently and appeared to be nearing a return. But he will not be available for the series. So there we go. Not available for the series. Your trade deadline acquisition, Dustin May. I thought he was close to a return. Will not be available. He's at Fort Myers with the MASH crew. Lucas Giolito is in Alabama. You know what that means? They're looking at the old Armsky. They're thinking ahead with Lucas, which is never good, by the way. So Skaz, Crochet wins game 1. Bayo loses game 2. Who goes game 3? Were you joking about Brendan Bernardino, or were you serious?
I'd go Early, I think. He's been good. Get 3 or 4 innings out of him and go from there.
Would Early over Harrison?
Yes, at this point, yeah.
The thing I like about Early, maybe they haven't seen him, right? The Yankees?
I think he pitched against the A's twice, and then I don't remember if he got a third start.
Yeah.
I feel like he did, but I can't remember. Yeah, maybe it was Baltimore. I can't remember. But he's been good.
It wasn't the Yankees.
He has not seen the Yankees.
Which
could be bad, could be good.
I would say it's probably they don't have a scouting report. Like they don't have their own scouting report.
Yeah, but I just hope he wouldn't approach the A's, the Yankees the same way.
Yes.
That's the fear.
Strikeout pitcher, though. There used to be this thing back in the day, Skaz, before they won World Series.
Well, you know what I'd really like, Joe? If they just won games 1 and 2. I don't even have to worry about game 3. Yeah.
Yeah, because then who would pitch the next game? Was that be Crochet?
You get a couple days off. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a 7-game series, though?
Yeah, so then you're porked.
Then you need somebody else. Or 2. Or maybe it's Dustin May. Hey, listen, can I give you 2 takes real quick?
Please.
I wouldn't count out May if they advanced. I watched Derek Lowe do this, dude. Derek Lowe had like one of the worst seasons. They didn't know if he was a starter or a closer, dude, and all of a sudden he in 03, man, he became the guy. And then in 2004, he made every single start as a starter, and they used him out of the bullpen, and he was elite. So I Derek Lowe and Dustin May, I wouldn't really put in the same. I'm just saying I've seen guys who are horrendous get thrown into pressure situations and have been spectacular. And, I believe he's been there before. This is why I wouldn't have moved on from Walker Buehler. Isn't that why they signed Walker Buehler? Isn't that why Buehler signed a $20 million contract with incentives for a guy that could be available when you needed him? This is a sports talk show. I'm excited for the Red Sox. I'm glad they're there. I think they have a chance. It's hard for me not to think of the trade deadline. And, in years past, when the Red Sox were really good, they would go out and get Eric Gagne as a closer when they already had one. And they just had him there because they wanted to have the insurance and they wanted to load up. They did it to do it. Tell me if I'm wrong on that one. Because Theo and that crew, they did it to do it because they could. This group should have. And you know what? I'm not going to fault them yet. Heard somewhere that was a commandment. Don't fault them for something they haven't done yet. But all I can tell you is Crochet, Bayo. Who are the Yankees going to throw, Skaz? Do you know who their 3 guys are? Because I would say they might have released guys that could probably start for the Red Sox this year. But, Fried in game 1, I want to say that Crochet is built for this type of opportunity, but
yeah, it's going to be Fried and Rodon, and then third.
Is it
yeah. Yes.
Remember the beard, Schlitzler.
Yes. Close enough.
I was very careful with that one.
Someone's going to get got this week with that one.
Someone's getting it.
Yeah.
Someone's getting it.
Littler. Yeah.
You ever see Christmas Vacation?
Oh, yeah.
And he's outside, and his words are, the thing is full. It's that with the sh in front of it.
Yes.
But it's CH.
And then littler, basically.
Yeah, littler. Pronunciations. Maybe we should. Well, does Tom Morgan have that thing that they can put the word in, the name in, and then they say it?
I don't know if I'm letting. I don't even know if I'm letting AI say that one.
Not letting them do that one. So there's your candidates, everybody. Your 2 rookies. Is there anybody else? Because all we can go to is Bernardino. Who else? Harrison.
Your guy Tooley there. Tolley,
Early, Harrison. This is what they have, Skaz? The big bad Red Sox? This is what they're left with? They signed Sandoval in the offseason. They got Giolito back. They let go of the other guy that they had under contract that was hurt the year before that, who played for the Tigers. They had guys. Now they have nothing. Good thing Brian Bayo got that contract already, huh? Think about that one for a minute if you're his agent. Imagine him having a good little playoff, winning at Yankee Stadium. Ooh, that's some big money right there.
Gives you a little bump.
So the Red Sox got away with one there. Talk about signing guys early. Didn't realize I was going into contract talk right now about big game pitchers and how much money they make. I even dropped a Derek Lowe line. By the way, guys, where I was going with all this is when it was the Fellowship of the Miserable before the championships. This happened to this used to happen to the Red Sox. They would bank on Pedro Martinez. They would get Pedro in a game, but he would be hurt because he'd be done from throwing so much that they'd be stuck with like 41-year-old John Burkett. Or, Wakefield always bailed them out, right? It was horrible. They would always have somebody who wouldn't start a game off and starting a game. This is where the Red Sox are right now. At least it's a young player. Like, at least it's someone that could develop. But the old Red Sox, the Fellowship, they would ruin guys like this. I don't know if you remember Bung Young Kim. He pitched for the Diamondbacks, won a championship. Red Sox traded for him. They threw him out. He got blown up in a Yankees series. Actually, you know what? He got hurt in the playoffs that year too. By the way, I think he gave up a couple of home runs in that Diamondbacks series, but kind of settled. Then I think he came to the Red Sox and completely got ruined. They've had other guys like, remember Clay Meredith? He was another pitcher they had years ago that they put him. They've ruined guys like this. And that was the old Red Sox, the old regimes, where they would get a guy and then they'd start him too young and they would flame out. I mean, maybe they think these guys can show something and trade them. I don't know, but I'm afraid of that. And if I'm going to ruin any of these guys, it's probably Kyle Harrison. Like that's honestly, that's the return you got for Rafael Devers too. Do I need to remind that?
Well, and Dustin May, because you traded Tippy there for him, James Tibbs.
Oh, that's right, Mr. Tibbs.
Yeah, so technically,
how's he doing?
Dustin, who knows?
He's not on their roster or anything.
I don't believe so, but I couldn't tell you.
So what was their starting? Bueller, Giolito, Bayo, Crochet. They had another starter this year. Who was their fifth starter earlier this year? Because they lost like Winkowski. They lost Cutter Crawford. I'm trying to think of some of these other guys that they had but got hurt. I mean, they have a lot of guys. They just all got hurt. I'm trying to think of who their fifth starter was to start the year.
Was it, well, yeah, when is this article from? I'm trying to look up there. But Houck got hurt.
Oh, yeah, Tanner Houck. No, he was one.
They had Dick Fitz.
They lost Tanner Houck.
Sean Newcomb, was he?
But they traded him.
Yeah.
For cash or something. Or designated him. I can't remember. Yeah, all those guys. Sean Newcomb can start games, dude. I'd probably start him. Well, I probably would. I mean, it's not ideal, but at least he can start. Oh, bad look. But hey, they put their neck out on the line for all this, right? All right, let's hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray. A lot going on in NFL football tonight. You can react to it here as we're here until midnight. Extended coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub. We'll tell you about a bad injury that happened for the Dolphins as well. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Bruins fall in a shootout tonight to the Philadelphia Flyers 3-2. They got goals tonight from Sean Corrali and Morgan Geekie. Jeremy Swayman, 20 saves in the
Skaz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hall.
Joe Murray with you guys here until midnight tonight. We're going late after games, and now with the Red Sox playing, the baseball hour continues. So we'll still be on at 7 o'clock. It's just that if there's a game, we go until midnight. Now, when the Red Sox season ends, if it ever does end, we'll move to 6 o'clock. We'll be on till 10 if there isn't a game. But if there is a game, we'll go to 11, which has been the norm for the most part. So we're in our own version of the preseason, is what we call this. So we get, I believe we have 2 Bruins games this week. Then next week, Skaz, we have 2 Bruins games and a Celtics game, I believe. So next week we have 3 games. So the Joe Show's going to be exclusive, baby. You're just going to have to tune in after the games for instant analysis and reaction. We'll be on before the games if there isn't a pregame show. So just to get you guys set up, and our YouTube fam, I don't know what you guys are going to do. Maybe we'll start a Discord and we'll all hang out. How do you feel about that? All right, 2 things. The Joe Murray research team is checking in, of course, guys, as they always are. They're always listening. Thank you, guys. Pitchers who are on the Red Sox who will start for another team during the playoffs. So they're listening. Do you remember who Zach Littell is? Littell. Zach Little.
I vaguely remember him, yes.
He was waived by the team in May, way back when, 2022. He'll be starting. How about Nick Pivetta? Remember him?
Nick Pivetta, I remember.
They didn't re-sign him. Remember, they were like waiting. There was like this weird waiting period for Nick Pivetta with the Padres. And then you remember a guy named Quinn Priester?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good player.
I've heard he's done pretty well.
Yeah. And then there's a guy named Walker Buehler. So, let's whatever. Pivetta, they chose not to. Priester, they chose to trade, which I didn't like. The Walker Buehler one, dude, I know he wasn't great, but he pitched. He could start.
Well, they also didn't want to pay him.
So it sounds to me as though the story was in his contract he had incentives that if he built in additional consecutive starts, they would somewhat trigger or a couple of options of maybe $500,000. That's a lot of money, $500,000. They have it though. And I think at the time they decided to move him to the bullpen. And then from there, well, he must have been like, hey, the bullpen doesn't help me with my contract sitch. And somehow he got released. And then Daddy Dave Dombrowski said, hey, we could use you. You got experience. And so he's pitched, 13 in the third innings for them? And will be pitching in the playoffs? Is that true? Did Philly make it? I know a bunch of guys are fired. I just saw Bruce Bochy got fired.
He's going to go back with Buster Posey. He's going to be the manager of the Giants next year.
Imagine him and Devers together.
Oh, match made in heaven there.
Yeah. Do you know that the Yankees haven't beaten the Red Sox in a playoff series since 2003?
I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't? Well, you know what? That's information, Skaz, that you can only receive here on 98.5 The Sports Hub on the Joe Murray Show. But yes, every time the Red Sox have played the Yankees since 2003, that was the Aaron Boone home run game that sent them to the World Series where they got smoked by Josh Beckett and the Marlins. People seem to forget about that. Then the next year, the Red Sox, their starting 5 pitched every single game. Do you know that? Bronson Arroyo, Derek Lowe, Pedro, Kurt Schilling, Tim Wakefield. They pitched every game, every start, never missed a start. And I know miracles happen in this world. That was a fluke, or not a fluke. It was destiny. But since then, that night in 2003, the Yankees have lost to the Red Sox every year in the playoffs. That is what I call fact. Just working in fact. I also saw this stat. I asked you, Skaz, what seed the Yankees were. What did you say they were? The 4th seed?
I believe that is correct. I believe they're 4. Red Sox are 5.
This also from the Joe Murray research team. The Yankees are the 4 seed. Since the start of the 3 wildcard team era in 2002, the number 4 seed in the AL has yet to win a series. Do you know what the record of that number 4 seed is at home in the opening round? Take a guess, guys. There's been 6 games.
1-5?
Want another guess?
No.
0-6.
So you're telling me there's a chance, Joe?
Oh, I'm telling you there's a real chance. I mean, they only have to win 2 games, right? And they're throwing their 2 best. I mean, this isn't Pedro and Schilling, is it? I mean, is Garrett Crochet Pedro? Is Garrett Crochet Schilling? I mean, the numbers for Brian Bayo against the Yankees, I think you have to consider it as elite, right? Aren't these the 2? Are they thinking sweep? I mean, look at the series. Look at the games this year. All the outcomes. Like, can the Red Sox sweep the Yankees at Yankee Stadium to avoid potentially going to a deciding 3rd game? Yes. Yes. Did you know that they're underdogs for the series at plus 140? I actually don't want to look that up. I wonder what it is now after the Giolito news. Very curious. Let's see here. Do you think it moved at all, the line? Let's go. Major League Baseball. Tomorrow, 6:08 p.m., the Red Sox are underdogs with Garrett Crochet on the mound versus Max Fried. It's the Red Sox are plus 112 tomorrow. And if I give you the series prices, wild card round, the Red Sox are plus. So they've gone a little bit better, plus 135. So since the Giolito news, it's gone to plus 135. I'd also like to add from the Joe Murray research team that since the start of July, Walker Buehler has a 3.20 ERA in 12 games and 59 innings, and his teams were 8-4 in those games. I would call that a significant loss, considering Lucas Giolito will not be available for the wild card round, and I don't even know if he'll be back this year. And the same is said for Roman Anthony. May I ask one more Red Sox question, guys, before we hit the top of the hour?
Please.
Our buddy Brian Barrett of the Ringer is this big stat guy, right? Everyone knows that.
Big stat guy.
The two best hitters for the Red Sox have been Romy Gonzalez and Masataka Yoshida. Got 2 lefties in a row. Do you go Ref Snyder or do you go Masa?
Right now, I'd lean Yoshida. Why not both of them?
Why can't we do both?
Put them both out
there.
there.
So Duran, who was pulled, was told today he's going to be in left field. So that would mean Rafaela's in center? Would Abreu be out?
I think he's got to be in the lineup.
He's got to be in the lineup. So therefore, you have to make a decision at DH. Do you go Ref Snyder or Masa? What do you think they do? I think they go Ref Snyder.
Part of me thinks that as well.
And then Masa becomes what, your DH option or whatever?
He's just been so hot. It feels like.
How do you take him out?
Yeah, exactly.
He's the 3rd best hitter in the month of September of all of baseball. Batting average. Could you believe that? Remember? Where's our intern, Luke? Remember the guy that called about Massa that night? Where's he? Where are you? This is why I'm gonna ride the fence on the I almost said Drake May. Dustin May train. I don't like Dustin May. I think he's useless. I never liked giving anything up for him. But if they get past this round, I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the roster. And I've seen it before, man. Guys who've had some success in the past with high expectations, who struggle in big-time opportunities, they play well, and you can trust them. So I don't want to do that tonight at 10:55, Skaz, but I'm pulling the lever on Dustin May when we need it. I think he can be a resource. Ref Snyder or Massa? I can't believe we're doing this tonight. Like, for real. We're doing Massa versus Rough Snyder right now. I keep saying rough. Ref. Anyways. Mike McDaniel looks relieved tonight.
Like a tool still, but yes.
That looks like a man that, like... They almost... Did you see the Jets made a little scary late? They tried that old fumble-rooski there.
Aaron Glenn, not great so far.
Jets look bad.
Bad. They don't look disciplined. They look poorly coached.
What do you do about a quarterback there?
I don't know.
Would you call for Russell Wilson? What if you're the Bengals? How do they look tonight?
Give me Jameis with those guys, with Chase
somebody
and Higgins. Yeah.
You know what, though? Imagine.
Jameis, he's just going to sling it. Give you guys a chance.
All that money into the quarterbacks, dude. I mean, into the receivers and quarterbacks. And their defense getting shredded.
By Bo Nix, who hasn't been great.
He hasn't been great. Sutton's been good. Anyways. Oh, we got to go to the break. I'm Joe Murray. This hour of the sports has been brought to you by Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit newenglandoilchange.com. You can save 50% off your next draft oil change at Valvoline. It's an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you guys. We got one more hour to go. Can you believe that? Here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more.
Morgan Geeky and Sean Corrali. Jeremy Swayman played the whole game, had 20 saves, lost the shootout. The Patriots are getting ready for the Buffalo Bills, who are 4-0. Pats go in 2-2. Their game in Week 6 versus the Saints has been flexed from 4:25 to 1 o'clock. And a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. It was the Dolphins with a 27-21 win over the Jets, but they lose wide receiver Tyreek Hill. He has a leg injury, and Cincinnati is getting, well, crushed by the Broncos right now, 28-3. And the playoffs begin tomorrow in Major League Baseball. Red Sox, Yankees, 6:08. Game 1, Garrett Crochet, Max Fried, the starting pitchers, and Lucas Giolito not available for the wild card round. Headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. It's 11:03 on a Monday night, and we're going till midnight.
Here's Pasternak, high slot. Right circle to Zaka. Sends one across. McAvoy shot, and he scores!
The Bruins play here.
We are on at 7 o'clock, and the game starts at 6:08. So I advise everybody, I always say that we are not the Felger and Mass postgame show because we're not. Technically, the baseball hour is. But I would tell everybody there's a little bit of a watch-along tomorrow night. Tony Maz will be on at 6 o'clock. And I'm not sure when he'll have Jared this week because of the games. But I would say that join our YouTube channel tomorrow night at 6, and Maz will have you. And it'll be a little bit of a watch-along. The Joe Murray research team is burning the midnight oil tonight, Skaz. Do you think... Okay, who's the guy, Skaz, that I told you? I'm keeping you up for the next hour, man. We're in this one together, man.
I'm ready to go.
All right, we're rolling. Who's the one guy I've gotten on since the Roman Anthony injury?
I would say that would be one Alex Bregman, who's, my understanding, has a little bit of the sniffles.
Did you see that?
A little bit of the cold.
He's got the sniffies.
Well, Joe, I think this is something I can relate to. Maybe you can relate to as well. You know, when you're a little older, Alex Bregman getting up there in his 30s, maybe you can't go as hard as you once could when you're clinching division titles with the Astros and you're one of the younger guys and you're used to partying pretty hard, and now you got Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, all these young pitchers.
Yeah, they're all out and about all the time.
And maybe Bregman just, went a little too hard celebrating a little bit.
Oh, that happens to me.
Yeah, I don't have it like I used to. I had 2-day hangover.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm the 2-day hangover guy.
That's what happens when you hit 30, 35.
I hardly drink anymore.
Yeah, me too.
But it's only... I love to drink. My biggest issue is, how I feel. I have to be... I'm a performer. You know what I'm saying? I need to be on my game, and the alcohol slows me down more than the other drugs.
Sure. Some other ones might even help you out,
Right, gives me that boost I need. The sniffies. I'm only doing that because my predecessor, that was a thing we used to do on the night show. When Jeremy, you might have been here, but the sniffies. The sniffies was always a kind of a...
I'll get you.
Little sniffies. Alex Bregman has been sick and away from the team for most of the past 2 days. He traveled to New York separately.
Smart, I like that. Team guy.
Rent a car, get up there, maybe hit up juniors. That's what I always do.
Isolated, though.
Oh, tonight would be a great juniors night. I don't know if
before the game? No, I don't know. It's a heavy meal.
I don't know if you want cheesecake before the night before, huh? What would you eat the night before a big game? It's 6 o'clock. 6 hours. 6:08.
Yeah, yeah. Some carbo load, maybe some pasta or something like that.
He traveled separately. He's at Yankee Stadium now. Should be ready to play Game 1 tomorrow. This is all via... Yeah, Tim Healy's been killing it, by the way. Got to give him some credit. He's been doing a great job on that end. So, yes, the sniffies. But may I just bring up the numbers as well? Because those are... those are the facts, right? This would be the facts of socks, not the facts of pads. Bregman, maybe it's Roman Anthony effect. Maybe it is. Roman Anthony was good, and they were very good against AL playoff teams. When they were with Anthony, they went 15-6. The Joe Murray research team is out late with us tonight, and thank you, sirs. Yankees, they went 6-1 against them with Roman. They went 4-2 against the Astros, 2-1 against the Mariners, 2-0 against the Guardians, 1-2 against the Blue Jays. But without him, not so good, Skaz. 12-17. 1-2 against the Mariners, 2-2 against the Guardians, 3-3 against the Yankees, 2-2, 2-4 against the Tigers, 4-6 against the Jays. Now, I am bringing this up because I think Alex Bregman has struggled since the injury to Roman Anthony. The Red Sox were 9-4 against the Yankees this year. They went 6-1 with Roman, 3-3 without. I would like that to be known to everybody. But I think it's affected Alex Bregman's game. So I'm being hard on Bregman. I want to be completely clear. I'm hard on him because he should be. He makes $40 million. He's supposed to be the leader of the team. He's the guy that they needed. And I hate to bring this up, but when Rafael Devers was actually hitting, he wasn't. I know they attribute a lot of their spark to trading him, but Alex Bregman, since August, has a 180 batting average. What's your weight, Skaz? Is he batting less or more than your weight?
Slightly more.
180. On base percentage of 273. Let me add those up. Is that my weight? 3? No, yeah. No, it's less than it's more than my weight, unfortunately. He has 2 home runs. And one of them was off the damn pesky pole. Does that count? His 1 home run was off the pesky pole. And they're playing in New York. Listen, I'm doing this. You know why I'm doing this tonight? Because I hope he's listening.
You think that's what he's doing?
Well, the last time I talked smack about him, he had 2 hits.
There we go. I like it. Talking into existence.
Exactly. Bringing it into existence. Exactly. Bregman's last 31 games, 2 home runs, 180. That's bad, guys. That's bad. And you wanted to call me about Masataka Yoshida and how he was struggling? I don't want this to be forgotten. It's great that the Red Sox are in the playoffs. It's so good for the future. And I said this the night that they clinched, so I want to say it one more time. Because I was at a card show this weekend, Skaz. I was out with a lot of sports fans this weekend. Everyone had an opinion about the Red Sox. For the most part, 75% were pretty positive and surprised. Positive and surprised. There was the other 25% that it wasn't negative. It was ownership driven. Oh, this is bad. Oh, wow. They're going to make the playoffs and potentially succeed, but yet not spend money. People are afraid of that. People are afraid of that. And this is why I bring up Alex Bregman. Could they have made the playoffs without Bregman's guess?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
You're 100% sure?
Yes, they don't make the playoffs without Alex Bregman.
Okay. Even though since August he has 2 home runs and batting 180.
Yep.
So during a playoff stretch, he gave him 180 with 2 home runs.
Still needed him.
Okay. Do you think the Red Sox look at it like that?
I have no idea how the Red Sox look at anything, Joe, at this point.
Well, let's call him a aging $40 million player.
Certainly aging, but it's his decision, not the Red Sox. Am I correct? It's a player option, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So does Alex Bregman look at it and say, I batted 180 down the stretch, I'm getting older, let me take this guaranteed $40 million, or does he look at it as...
What's Scott Boras think?
Well,
no, you're right. Maybe in this case, because the Red Sox are the team that has been sliding players' contracts instead of agents, right?
Yes. Yeah, they sent it to John Henry emailed Roman Anthony, right? Or something like that.
Well, not the greatest for the agents.
I like it, though.
I don't think Sean Stiletto would allow that. I should ask Cooch. What do you think?
I don't know. I think Tommy DeVito would take just about any contract you put in front of him.
I think he's going to be happy to be back in New York this week. You think they got
up in Buffalo?
Oh, he'll be at the fight in Parms. Don't you think?
He does feel like an easy mascot.
Tommy
that
DeVito
night.
night.
Yes.
Rhode Island chicken parms in. Oh my God, what a dude! This dude in Boston. So they probably loved him in New York, but like here it's different, dude. I'm sorry. I know there's you in New York people who love Manhattan and walking around and all that. Boston's different, man. You're a legend in Boston. Hell, we work on the radio, and when I go out, people are like, "Love you, man." Like I'm just a guy. DeVito's played at Syracuse, was a star, and won games for the Giants. Anyways. Long term, you'd still rather Bregman over Devers, huh?
Oh, long term? No.
Okay, just wanted to...
Not long term.
I was feeling you out right there, Skaz. They need Alex Bregman tomorrow night, I'm telling you. If I'm trying to bait Skaz into some... when I say did they need him down the stretch with his 180 and 2 home runs, I agree they probably needed his leadership and defense.
They certainly did, but so if you want to just focus on the stretch, I get it, but they don't win the games early in the season before Roman Anthony gets called up, and that's what got you into the playoffs.
Well, he was hurt
you needed
too,
every
remember?
win. I know he was hurt too, but there was a time he wasn't, and he was the bat.
He was
the only bat. So
he was a spark in the lineup.
You needed him.
I would say defensively alone, getting Nathaniel Lowe with Bregman, Story, and Romy at second really kind of settled things down.
And honestly, Joe, a guy who we probably should be giving a lot of credit to is Trevor Story, because I thought he was cooked. A lot of people thought he was cooked, washed, whatever you want to call it. And he had an unbelievable year. I don't think that's too crazy to say. Like, he was way, way better than I ever thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like the way he finished the year, but I think he was tired.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys. I think that's something that happened with Yoshida too. You've seen it with Yoshida where he kind of breaks down three-quarters of the way through the season.
He didn't have a spring training.
That's a thing too.
So maybe this is where he's now. This is why I bring up the Ref Center versus Massa thing. I think Massa's in midseason form, right? Seeing that he's hitting home runs. Like, I think he's feeling it, getting right. And I think Abreu wants to ramp up, But they're both lefties. They both play the same, I know one you could be a DH. They need Bregman, dude. They need Bregman. There's this whole stats of when guys get on base to start an inning. It works because Bregman's there after. It works. That's why Roman worked, because Bregman was there. I don't know where Duran's going to hit tomorrow. Would you bat him leadoff? He's a lefty on lefty. He was batting, eighth against Fried at one point, right? Or against a lefty earlier in the year. Have they announced a lineup? Because they mentioned Duran and left so far.
I have not seen an actual lineup yet.
And we assume Narvaez and Crochet? Would it be Wong and Bayo? I don't know.
That's another thing, too. If it is Wong and Bayo, is there any chance you would DH Narvaez? Or do you just give him the day off?
Well, then you don't really. I mean, they DFA'd the other guy, Ali.
Yeah, so maybe you don't.
Plus, these games, those games go in. It hasn't been too recent, but playoff history, they play close games. And maybe that game in 2021 wasn't as close that I remember. I just remember Schwarber's home run. I was sitting in the right field grandstands in row 30, and the ball came close to me. Maybe 15 rows ahead of me. It was a smash. Do we ever look up those numbers, by the way? Remember we were going over the home run numbers the other night? Now that I think about it, it's so impressive what Schwarber's done.
I was pretty impressed by Bonds as well.
Oh, yeah.
Our mouth there, maybe not so much, but...
You know what's funny? All right, we're not doing amusings tonight, obviously, so let me get this one out of the way. I used ChatGPT to come up with a header for this post I was doing for cards, and it made it for me. And I went, all right, this is great. Cool. great. It was more of a guide. I didn't really use the whole thing. And I just typed in who's going to win, Steelers or Vikings, right? And it was like most of the bets are on the Steelers, the Vikings, da-da-da-da-da. And then it said, look for Najee Harris to run the ball well. And I went, what? He's not even on the Steelers anymore. So ChatGPT, be careful. Careful. I heard people have been using that, though, for betting.
Yeah, I think people are using it for literally everything, Joe.
What should I say when I call into Joe Murray? Do you think they have one?
Oh, an AI caller. That's coming, Joe. That's coming soon.
Well, how'd that guy know me and him had the same middle name, and birthday?
Yeah, that one I didn't. I don't know.
Is it public knowledge?
Joe, I've never Googled your middle name.
Don't.
I've never Googled your name, to be honest with you.
I'm not going to Google you. Don't Google me.
You're like Joe Murray. There's enough
There's
out there.
There's a lot of Joe.
Yeah,
you know who
of
pops
coverage.
up? If you do? Do you ever watch, the hell was that guy's name? It was a Nickelodeon show. Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, yeah.
The director was Joe Murray. And there's a lot of him. I think he did another show, too. Watching Channel 5, Duke Castiglione, live in New York right now. What a cool job, huh? Just sitting outside. And now they're showing collectors who are Red Sox fans.
There you go. Anything valuable in there, Joe?
Ted Williams, 1986. Hey, Ted Williams, there you go. Huh? Babe Ruth.
I heard of him.
So the kid in the Sandlot didn't. I hope that's not a spoiler alert for Milliken, though.
He still hasn't watched it?
No. Is that upsetting? You know, we can do this in the offseason when the Red Sox are over, but I still feel, though, that there was, like, collusion between the Red Sox and Bregman and Alex Cora to bring in Bregman to get rid of Devers. Like, I know, I think we know the story. We need Pablo Torre on that one. Giants didn't make the playoffs, huh? Huh.
And they cleaned house.
Oh, Minnesota did too. Rocco Baldelli, who I played against. I one time saw him throw a ball from right field, and I went, who's that guy? Who's he? Oh, he was just the 5th overall pick by the Tampa Bay Rays. No big deal, right? That's just a guy out there throwing balls. I went, wow, he's big. He can throw. He's better than me. Who is that? This is the guy named Rocco Baldelli. All right, we got to go to break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
Hey, everybody, we're here. We're live. We're local until midnight tonight. Just in case you're tuning in. Ooh, someone said, holy pause, Joe? What was all that about? I'm reading people in our chat. Still going 60 strong at 11:25 at night. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, we'll be here tonight. I'm working mornings on Friday, so you're here for Thursdays, guys?
Bruins preseason game.
Oh, are you working? Is it at home? Or
It is a road game, but I will be here, yes.
So you'll be with the Jeremy Conley?
The Jeremy Conley.
Wonder if he's driving home right now listening.
I would hope he's home by now, but you never know. That garage.
You know what's funny? Yesterday's Patriots win. Jeremy was in a pretty decent mood. I mean, as decent as it could be. Usually he laughs a lot, like when the Patriots screw up, because I think he's worked 15 years or whatever on the Patriots.
A lot of games.
But like yesterday when it was like what did they go up?
Could have used some running time in that fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of penalties being called.
A lot of penalties.
But there was a time where he goes, "Yeah, this one's over." Bryce Young stinks. It was just like, okay. And then, they scored a touchdown. And then said, okay, here we go.
Guys got flex today, too.
Can you believe that? You score 40
You don't
points
like that?
Well, I love it for the 1 o'clock.
I was
Hell
say,
yeah.
1
Woo!
o'clock, yeah.
I got an 8 o'clock. So I don't feel bad for me, but I can't watch the games at home. Like, if I'm working post game, let's just say it's 4 o'clock. Kickoff's at 1, right? Let's just say halftime's 1:45. Am I supposed to get in my car? No, halftime's like 2:15. I'm supposed to get in my car and make it from Peabody to Waltham for the third quarter? And then I get here and it's like, what did I miss? So at this point, I just go to Market Basket. I load up on some goodies. Shoot the breeze with those guys. I sit in the conference room that's next to and I hear the play first on the radio. And then I watch it live. And I take notes. And the day is just much better. I can watch the other games. I can tune in. It's not about me. I'm just trying to tell you that it's hard to do post game when you're driving. So I just set up here. So on Sunday night, I'm thinking about just coming here around 7:30. Posting up, baby. By the way, we have the best pregame show. I work postgame. I'm not tooting the horn. But the pregame show that 98, the Patriots radio network has is outstanding. Doug Kyde's been on a lot lately. Good for him. Who else have I been hearing lately? I always hear Paul Perillo. I always hear Phil Perry. But Big Jim and Gasper are killing it. They're crushing it. Who's the kid that used to work in Providence there? Mark. I can't remember his last name. They have a lot of guests, though. I like them all. The show is great. I listen to it every week, and I think you should, too. So I work in fact rights, guys. I mention a lot of facts at times. I preach things that are facts. Drake May is the first player in NFL history under the age of 24 to throw 2 touchdowns and complete 75% of his passes in 3 straight games. That's a fact, guys. It's facts. I thought Drake May was very sound and emphatic. I'm trying to use the word. If there were really any issues I saw on the day from him, on the first drive, he didn't set his feet really well and threw into coverage. Besides that, he was elite. Just to bring up a couple of plays that I thought were really good. The one that stands out to me, and I know a lot of people might have forgot this one, but he was the second half. They already scored a touchdown, so they're up 7-0 in the second half, and they threw a deep ball to Stephon Diggs on the right corner, probably 8-yard line, something like that. It was a beautiful throw, deep ball to Diggs. Place went nuts. They scored the touchdown. That throw to me was what I want to see. a deep ball, one-on-one coverage, not a turnover-worthy play. Outstanding throw. Now, people are probably going to bring up the throw to Hunter Henry, which Pop Douglas ran everybody off. Hunter Henry did a little chip. There was a little bit of a sweep right from Drake May, and the defender had to make a decision. Are they going to go with Pop Douglas? Are they going to stay with Hunter Henry? And Drake May threw an incredible ball. He could have. I'm sure he could have pitched it if he wanted to as well, but it was controlled. It was a big play. It was beautiful. It really was. He was really good yesterday. I'm not going to bring up the defense that he played. I'm not going to bring up the fact that the Panthers only have 1 sack on the season. He was great yesterday. He was really good. It was the confidence that they need for him. And, when you look back over the year, rankings, I saw this one a little earlier, but rankings among quarterbacks drafted in the last 5 years. He's number 1 in yards, touchdowns, passer rating, QBR, completion percentage, all that. So Drake May is putting up the numbers now. I think we've always thought he's had the skill. I really thought the play designs were outstanding. And I will sit here and tip my cap and tell you I thought Josh McDaniels and his play calling was great. Would you agree, Skaz?
I thought he had some really good drives. I didn't love all of the play calling, but I thought he was much better yesterday. I thought he had maybe two perfect drives at one point. But yes, he was much better yesterday.
I loved the misdirection.
You're a man who loves a good misdirection.
It's just the Panthers bid on it. They put Travion Henderson on the field. They do a fake sweep right. The entire defense went right. The entire defense. They followed him. But where I'm going with it is Drake May sold it, right? He sold the play fake. He sells the rollouts. These are the things that I thought he had too much on his plate for. So the BLEHH was out today and yesterday. I was even called out in postgame last night from one Greg Bedard. He wanted to really just jam it in there regarding my commentary about the offensive coordinator in the offense. I took the high road, Skaz. Took the high road. It was a good day for the offense. It was the Stephon Diggs coming out party, the day that Stephon Diggs became a Patriot. I mean, I don't know, Skaz, if you ask me, giving more reps and snaps to Stephon Diggs over Pop Douglas is probably a good thing.
I would lean good thing there.
Just think it's, just more reps for the guy in the slot. It worked out pretty well. I think they should try that again next week. Just in case you need any advice on how to run your offense still. Because I know you're not going to listen to me this week, everybody, when I talk about the offensive coordinator. I have some thoughts on that, but I will tell you, it was an almost flawless day. It was I would give the grade, if you asked me, at 95%. That's very high coming from me. I didn't like the way the defense started. I don't like the fact that they've given up touchdowns on the opening drive in 3 out of 4 games. But did they adjust? Absolutely. Milton Williams is an absolute monster. An absolute monster. Did you see on the Marcus Jones return? He laid out his own player. Knocked him out. And then there was one play later in the game. I highlighted it because I was with Matt McCarthy yesterday. 3 guys tried to block Milton Williams. He knocked the center on his ass. So he of the 3 guys, he knocked the first guy on his ass. The second guy he pushed out of the way. And the third guy he just drove back. And I watched it and I go, holy smokes, he's good. Barmore's good. He's good. I know Landry had a couple of offsides. Chase on as well. Next week, against Buffalo, you need them to be elite. And I'm telling you right now, The Patriots' offensive line was not tested yesterday. They looked very good with Ben Brown at left guard. They did, without Wilson. It is not going to be that easy next week versus Buffalo. I know that people are going to tell you Buffalo's defense isn't as good as you think. They're physical. They're going to throw stunts. Sean McDermott is going to try to confuse Drake May and confuse the offensive line. And I love the fact that the running game got going. They had over 100 yards with multiple different guys, and Ramondre got some opportunities. One on the 2-yard line of his own end zone, got the first snap of the game as well. I think it's a different story against Buffalo. I think they're going to throw some looks at Drake May that he's never seen, and I think they're going to really Joey Bosa, right? Joey Bosa, Morgan Moses, or Will Campbell, AJ Epinesa. There's some big boys on that team. Oliver, some big boys. I think this is a week they test them. Feel free to react to it at 617-779-0985. We have, if you have any Red Sox thoughts, this will be the last time to talk about it before tomorrow. We're on live. So we won't be able to really do much besides give you the updates. So I did want to just touch on a couple of things regarding the Patriots. Number one, we saw the return of an all-pro. I'll tell you who and which all-pro made the bigger impact. We'll do that next. I'm Joe Murray. Let's get to the headline here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Bruins preseason continued tonight. They lose at the Garden. They fall 3-2 in a shootout to Philadelphia. Morgan Geekie and Sean Corrali with goals. women today.
On the Sports Hub.
Waist-high snap, nose of the football down. Right-footed kick, sky high to the near side. Jones ambles over, under it at the 13, starts back to his right, escapes, and then carries back near side 20. He's going to lay into the 30, along the sideline 40, to midfield. Marcus Jones with a convoy. Cuts it right to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots!
Kid's electric. One of the few guys with top speed on your team. No flags. No flags as you turn around. But it's a phenomenal job by Marcus Jones. Just biding his time, finding a crease on the left side. And then it's a brigade of blockers, which turns this loose.
Right hour. Down the barrels on the barrel. So everybody was anticipating all-pro Christian Gonzalez back yesterday, and he was there. I couldn't get a real evaluation of him, if I'm being honest. But do I think he looked a little rusty? The one play that I do recall was the one-on-one Tet McMillan. Gave up the pass, didn't break down, made the tackle. But if you played football, you guys know what a breakdown is, right? You break down, you look to square up so you can tackle. He looked sloppy. He's rusty. Overall, he was pretty good over there. And I think that, his presence made an impact on the field. So they gave up 13 points on the day. Good for the defense. And I'm sure Christian Gonzalez had a lot to do with it. But as far as giving you an analysis, the only one I saw was that breakdown on Tet McMillan and, whatever. But I do think, though, at the beginning of this year, I thought it was interesting that Mike Vrabel made Marcus Jones a captain. And I was sniffing, Skaz. I was, I like to scratch and sniff. That one I thought was like a message. Hey, you work hard. You're a good football player. You do multiple things. You have effort and finish. You're a captain. Was Gonzalez named a captain? No. So I thought there was something there. But what I did think was there yesterday, and I'd like to get your opinion on it, Skaz, I thought that the addition of Christian Gonzalez makes things easier for Marcus Jones, who, again, was an all-pro punt returner, right? Now he's not scraping in one-on-ones. Last week he played a little bit of safety a week ago. Yeah, his defensive reps are being limited to Carlton Davis and now Gonzo. So where can he be elite now? Back in the kicking game. He should have broke two. The shoelace got him on the second one.
It was the punter, wasn't it?
Got him. But don't forget, we talk about Gonzalez being the Patriots' best player. Don't forget Marcus Jones should be up there too. All pro. He's a difference maker. He's a game changer. This was one of the most productive college players. And who drafted him? Bill Belichick drafted him. Loved him. But this guy's been a game changer. Remember he won a game. Didn't he win a game against the Jets? The guy's won games. He shifted that game yesterday. It was a 6-0. They had a bad drive. He made it 7-6. He made an impact. I think he made more of an impact than Christian Gonzalez. But what I mean by that, it's not a knock on Gonzalez. I think that Gonzalez being back can make Marcus Jones even more explosive. So the reason why I'm saying you were expecting one all-pro, you forgot about the other. And I think Marcus Jones made a lot of people respect his name. Do we have another break?
We can take it to 55 if you'd like.
All right. So I like that. Do you agree with that take, guys? Do you think he helps? I
think he helps everything. This is, we cross sports here at night every once in a while, but this is like when Roman Anthony comes back or, any starter comes back to their position and the pieces to the puzzle just kind of fit more perfectly where they're supposed to fit in. Guys aren't trying to do too much. I even thought the linebackers, who still haven't been great, looked better yesterday. And, I don't want to give Christian
I like
Gonzalez,
Gibbons. They removed Willis. and put Gibbons in, it was a spark. He was in the backfield.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And I don't want to, give Christian Gonzalez all the credit for that, but I thought Spillane looked better yesterday, a guy who struggled, the first couple games. So I just think it's one of those things where you get your best player back on the defense, everyone's a little more comfortable. Guys aren't looking over their shoulders, much worried about guys missing assignments or people getting, blown by, out of position, that stuff. So yes, the defensive unit still needs a lot of work. You mentioned they get scored on early in games consistently. That's a big no-no. That's a red flag right there for me. But everything looks a little better, a little calmer with Christian Gonzalez back there.
Where was he the weeks before that, though? Maybe this is the jumping-off point for the team, the building block they need.
Well, we're certainly going to find out Sunday night.
We will find out. They should be respected. I don't... Guys... I think Buffalo, if I was making the pick right now, it's already gone from 8.5 to 7.5, the line. Money's coming in on the Patriots. I thought last week was the look ahead for Buffalo. I did, and it was. They didn't cover. I think things change on Sunday Night Football. But are we going to get the Drake May, Josh Allen matchup that people have been hoping for? Because I think it sets it up for that. Drake May doesn't do what Josh Allen does.
No one. Well, I mean, maybe Lamar or somebody like that, but very few guys in the league can do what Josh Allen does.
But not many guys do what Drake May does, and I hope he knows that. Josh Allen's... I think Josh Allen's perfect for Buffalo because he came from Wyoming, and he's got the really strong arm. But Drake May is an athlete. He's a quarterback. He's smart. He's a team player, but he's an athlete. And is all the comparisons that are out there. Drake May can be Drake May. Doesn't need to be Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a beast. He's physical. He can move. Josh Allen reminds me of John Elway sometimes. Elway was a better quarterback overall, but like physicality and toughness, and he is the team. Like the whole team surrounds Josh Allen. Like you're the guy. What are we doing? And they all listen. And defense, they keep it together. But the Patriots can be that too. But is it the offensive coordinator, Skaz, or is it Drake May? Or is it a collection of people? What did the coach say today when he was at Coach Mike Vrabel? What did he say today when he was asked about the great job that Josh McDaniels has done?
Mike, what's it been like working with Josh McDaniels so far? So how impressed were you with the job he did last week and yesterday?
Well, it's not only Josh. I mean, I enjoy working with Josh. I enjoy working with the entire offensive staff. It's good coaches on that side. There's a lot of collaboration, and I like kind of where we are from an efficiency standpoint. Just trying to, to work ahead and be detailed, and making sure that. Everybody is doing their roles and assignments, and we work the run game, and then kind of Josh and Thomas and Todd and Ashton will work some of the passing game, and when it goes to third down, and then we all get together on red zone, and those things certainly paid off last week. So, been able to marry some plays, and when you can convert and you can string some drives together. Or some plays together, then things look alike, and then that all complements. We've talked about that before. And when you just live in a 3-and-out world and you're not extending drives, it's hard to marry those plays.
Oh. I don't think I got the answer. How's Josh been doing? Just Josh.
What's it like working with Josh? Well, there's 10 guys I can name that I like working with.
We handle the running game because, it's not about 3-and-outs. So.
Sounds like a lot of guys to put the blame on if things don't go right, though, doesn't it?
I will say this.
A lot of passing the buck.
Vrabel was hard on the offense. They responded. So I like that. I as much as I don't love Josh McDaniels, did he get challenged and did he come up with a creative offense to beat the Panthers? He did. So get the blah, B-L-E-H-H, for those that are wondering. You can add extra H's if you'd like. Tomorrow, I believe, is a Big Boy Tuesday.
I believe so.
I already took my blah. Get ready. I've already taken mine. I've taken my blah. And we'll be here for a full show tomorrow night. You can blah me tomorrow night, too, if you'd like. Anything else before we go home, Skess?
I was going to say, Joe, with this 6 o'clock Red Sox game tomorrow, we're going to have the whole game. Maybe we get one of these Red Sox guys on postgame.
Ooh, so...
a little reaction.
I would love the Millimizzle.
I think
but I know he has commitments.
He is an event, I believe.
One of the other baseball boys, Matt McCarthy, has offered up his services as well.
Beautiful.
And if he's not available, maybe we can contact one of Smitty, Cotillo, McAdam, of one of those baseball boys as well. You know what? You're right.
I'll be happy to hear from McCarthy postgame.
Tomorrow, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
All right. Well, we'll see if Mike Vrabel can say anything about Josh McDaniels tomorrow. Just him, though. Just him. So. Well, everybody, we went until midnight tonight, so thank you. Oh, and by the way, we got a shout-out. Pez is in Bosnia right now. It's 5:54 a.m. Bosnia time. So thank you, Pez, for checking in on YouTube. And you can follow all our stuff on YouTube. And all our stuff on YouTube, everybody. YouTube is the place to go. YouTube is always available. YouTube has it all, everybody.